Boston Housing?
All right, let me roll. Let me
Don't you ever
roll.
announce before you come in here?
Yeah, we sent you guys a letter. You ain't get a letter?
I got a letter to set up a date, not when you coming.
But yeah, no, we did send you guys a letter. It's up
Yeah,
to you, man.
well, I'm
I can just
here.
come back out and take it.
What you got
Surprise.
two phones
I'm-
for?
I got a phone. That's my work phone. It's my personal.
Walk in here and taking pictures and stuff, right?
No, I'm just gonna take a quick walk of the unit.
Tell
I'll
him to
take
get
your
out the
phones
way.
away then.
I have to put my phones away.
Yeah,
No, I'll just come back out in 30 minutes, okay?
yeah, put your phones away.
Is that what you deal with?
Every day. Jeez.
He don't want him to
Yeah,
call
y'all
for
heard
help.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yep. Yeah, Cal.
Yeah, man. That's how I'm always smiling, man.
There's no way. I would not.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I'm gonna be a shift manager at McDonald's until I figured that shit out.
You got the patience of like a midwife, bro. That's crazy.
Oh,
Man, I would have like, excuse me?
I'm like, bro, you
yeah,
got the letter. Like, I'm gonna do my inspection. Like,
Excuse me.
yeah.
Excuse
yeah.
me, sir. I gotta do this inspection. Put my phone's away. No, I can't. It's illegal actually for my job description. Let me get started. Anyway, that's why it's not our lane. We don't have the patience and skill set you have. Respect to you, brother.
Facts.
All right, let's roll. All right, let me share this bad boy. All right, team. Shout out to you. I hope y'all having some good momentum based on your commitment you set, kind of the clarity of where you want to go for the week. And what makes sense now, we got through January, kind of setting up systems, really reconstructing where we're focusing and what we see as should have our attention and not. So reconfiguring that, because what we did last year, maybe it was things we liked. We want to bring over and figure out how do we implement, maybe have a better system with things that we know just actually held us back. Start shedding those layers. And now we want to kind of get into some more tactical things that you can immediately do that genuinely just makes a big difference. So that is waking up your business. And wake up your businesses, we have access to so much already. Obviously, goal is to go and pursue and generate new relationships, new business. We do focus on that more than we realize the value we have that's dormant, right? The relationships and access we have that we haven't even creatively tapped into yet. And a lot of times this could actually be not that you're looking for an easier route, but this could be easier because you already have some trust established. You've already maybe accomplished a transaction or some other business or personal relationship, or like there's some foundation there. Newer clients, sometimes you can actually build a stronger foundation than people you've known for a while, right? But it is a lot harder in the majority of cases. So we do want to continue to build fruitful relationships, not a whole bunch, because everyone ain't gonna be for you, and everyone doesn't deserve the distraction that comes with building relationships. It's work, so you really do want to be intentional, and not just building relationships. Like going to networking events, going and networking with everyone is at the detriment to you. Versus strategically knowing what you're looking for, and then going there having certain kind of questions that actually let you know, does this person fit the protocol or the persona of who I'm looking to partner with. And if it's not, you cut the cord. I'll give an example to make that real. I went to the rate event, Accelerate, and my thought process was one of the things I was looking for was I want to find someone who has just a fucking ton of business who I can now leverage the thought of being their capacity partner, right? Help them with their pain points of the shit that's bogging them down, like the deals they just don't want to touch no more because they're at different altitudes, right? Busy, busy things. So I had a couple questions. So, what's your biggest pain point in your business right now? Where are you stretched, right? And this specific question, because the majority of what I was hearing was, I'm just looking to find some deals, looking to get some business, I'm a little, all that shit, and all that told me was, you're not my avatar. It's not a bad thing. But imagine if I spent 20 minutes talking to this person, trying to build relationships. I wouldn't have gone anywhere because he's on the hunt for business, or she is on the hunt. She is starving. She is questioning the market. Like it was this guy from Hingham. He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, he has a great market. So I was like, yeah. I was like, oh man, you got a lot of good opportunity because you got older clients. Like, yeah, but none of them are selling. And yeah, I gotta hope, this and that. I'm like, oh shit. Cool. There's not much here for me because you're starving and you're damn sure ain't gonna send me shit. You know what I mean? So I share that example is because when you're intentional and clear, it's easier to find what you need. Go ahead, Mr. D.
Yo, Jay, what's going on, man? Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning, man. Question for you. I like to call myself a networking king. You know what I'm saying? I love being in there and being able to meet
That's a
people.
gift, bro. It's
It
not
really
easy.
is.
That's
It
no,
really
really,
is.
it's a really powerful gift.
Right. But I will say the hardest thing is because I feel like I'm a nice person, breaking conversation. Right. Like to your point, you just said, yo, like I know what I'm going for. I'm clear. You meet somebody, yo, we're talking, but you're not necessarily the targeted person I'm looking for. How
Mm.
do you break conversation or at least like respectfully move on to get to who you're looking for? And that's my realest question.
All right. So that was two parts. One, you said, how do you when you say break, you mean like cut it off? Like when
Yeah, like
once you're
you're talking to
clear?
somebody and you're like, you're not in my targeted demographic.
Yeah. So what
How
I would do is like, let's say I try to ask you, hey, D, what's your biggest bottleneck in your business right now? Like, where's your pain points? And you're like, well, what do you mean? If you don't know that, you probably aren't there. But let's just say I go deeper, blah 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 blah. You're like, oh no, but I'm definitely looking for business. I could definitely use more, and the market's slow, blah blah blah. So now I'm clear. Like, all right, you're not it. So you're going, I'm like, oh, that's great. That's what's up. You know what I mean? I may ask one other question, or I may say, cool. Well, listen, good to meet you. I'm Jeremy. I'm looking forward to this event. Let's have a good time. Like straight up, I don't know you. I can't offend you because I don't. You know what I mean? Like I'm not building with you. You're not my mom. You're not my wife. I don't owe anything. So if I'm clear and I have a strategic time frame at this event, I gotta just cut it off. And to be honest, we create the stories like, oh, it's rude. I gotta stand there for another 10 minutes. No, cool. After I ask you, boom, 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 you're like, oh, it's crazy. I'm looking for business. I may even drop a gem after that. Like, well, listen, what I would do is I would start with your network. Figure out who needs support where you can add value. Try that out. See if that may help. But listen, good to meet you. I'll definitely see you in here. Let's have a good event. Just know you have to transition. Just know you have to transition. So throw a gem, maybe some advice or guidance that you've used, and say, cool, listen, let's go get ready for this event. Pleasure to meet you. That's it.
love that. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And that's I mean, you have a really good skill and a really big problem because when you're a networker, right? We're not gonna say you like to please people. You're just a gifted individual who's comfortable to network. The problem is you feel an obligation to entertain people. And that will actually be a distraction and prevent you from doing anything constructive or productive, at least at a scalable level. Because your mind, your creativity, your energy is being consumed by things that you're clear won't serve you. And what helps me with that, which I've never done before in my career, but now I do, I literally plan before I go to events. What is this events about? I'll talk to my coach. All right, give me three things I should be looking for that support where we're trying to go, based on where we're trying to go. All right, give me three open the line questions that I can say to start a conversation. And I'll just use those three. I won't complicate it. I'm not gonna overthink it like, oh, is that weird? I'm just gonna fucking use it. It is what it is. And like they're direct. Oh, let's say I walked up and then we'll move on. I'll say, so listen, we're in February. Who's already on track or succeeded on a commitment, that they made so far. That like I want to engage with shit like that. I don't want to talk about the Pats. I don't want to talk about your morning. I don't want to talk about, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't. I can't. It's wasteful. So I'm gonna go with targeted questions like that's my opener. Boom. Boom. And now think about it. They see you differently and you can now uncover what you need for. If it's a lender or if it's like, let's say Debo, you got access to a community that's not real estate focused, but they know people who are looking to buy, who are looking to invest, who have to relocate because maybe they got hired by your company or they're moving. Like you should be rocking with HR and being the relocating concierge. You know what I mean? So from when they want to attract higher talent, instead of, they're attracting high talent, but they're high talent like, shit, I got to move there. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start looking. They have you. We have an insider who's going to blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, so there's creative ways of leveraging your platform. So, but this ties into the business message, right? Waking up your business, action over anxiety. And I'm actually really bad at this. I don't tap back into my sphere as often as I should. And I'm sure it's unhealthy stories in my head. Or I can't say or, in addition to, I don't want to get caught on the phone for a long time, right? So I'm glad you actually asked that question, Devo, because now that actually helps me with this, because that's probably a hindrance of why I don't like calling, because I'm like, I don't want to be on the phone for fucking 30 minutes with somebody. But if I can have a targeted thing and then having two exit strategies that I use for any call, hey, I'm getting ready for this next call. It was good catching up with you, but I do have to hop off. I'm happy to, I'm happy that I was able to talk to you, or loved catching up with you. We'll chat again soon, or I'll pop by later next week if you're going to go visit that client or whatever. Like have that two exit strategy, so that way, because what it does is prevents me from actually calling clients, calling past relations. Because I'm like, I don't want to fucking talk, and they love you, but that's the problem. They love you. They ain't got shit going on, which is not a bad thing, but you do, and you know how valuable your focus is, and that shit is derailment, and that's where I need to schedule time blocks for it. Damn, I'm getting a lot of clarity on this. Go ahead, DJ.
I think another helpful thing, especially for in-person conversation, is figure out their personality type as fast as possible. Because so I think sometimes even in these encounters, like we're not reading the person, seeing how they are. So we're off guard by their strong personality or like their fact that they're just one of those talkers. So we haven't thought about our exit strategy, or it's not in our minds, or knowing when to implement it. And to some people, it's like, yo, they're talkers. You got to cut them off. They're just
And they,
talkers.
yeah, no,
Like,
and
you
they
just got
are.
to do what you do. You got to do what you got to do.
And I would say instead of putting that heavy weight on you to figure out personality traits, like I would say, that's a skill to learn. It's actually very valuable. Um, but if you're not there yet, yo, have your exit strategy. So someone who is a talker, you know what I mean? Oh, listen, I actually just saw someone I got to meet up, but look, it was good meeting you. Like whatever that transition it is, what it is. Go ahead, Nathan.
Morning, brother. So there's a training that we did with Lamakia Realty with Anthony Lamakia a few years back, building upon what EJ said about personality types. And different people can be divided into four different types of personality. And to EJ's point, it is imperative, I think, when it comes to networking or just in our business, to know the type of personality that you're dealing with. Like EJ said, I believe that type of personality is an I, or somebody who just dumps information like without any provocation. And then, like, I would say you're a D type of personality, Jeremy, who, like, you're very clear on what you're doing. You're very clear on your decisions. You're very clear on your goals, and nothing is going to stop you. Even if somebody like an I comes along and gives you a bunch of information, it's not something you panic about. You're like, okay, that's really cool. Hey, enjoy the party, man. I got to go talk to these people real quick. And you ain't got nowhere to go. You just don't want to be there for another 30 minutes. So I do think that you just said is valid. It is work, but it is something that I think is going to be highly valuable if you put a little bit of effort into it. And I think it's a training you can actually watch on their website.
Yeah, no, a good point. Thank you, Nathan. And what you just said is a trainable skill. Because I promise y'all, I'm very extrovert, but I am very introvert in certain environments, right? That are an area of opportunity that I can get better and stronger at. But it's changing mindset. Because in a networking event, I used to feel so uncomfortable. I didn't know where to start, what to say, act like I'm on my phone and shit, doing a bunch of random shit because I don't know what group. Like, those are real challenges. But because of my evolved mindset, and I'm so clear now, it's easier to operate. It's easier to go to these events because I'm clear. But when you're not clear, that's where all the weight is. When you're not clear about content, that's where all the weight and delay is. When you're not clear about business or who you're going after, that's where you're just not doing much. But when you're clear, you go. You're executing. Your brain supports clarity. That's it. So good point. But it's let you know if you're not something you want to be, it's just a matter of changing it. It's a relearning of a skill. Nothing is permanent about you. Nothing is permanent. I promise you, there's nothing permanent about you. Not even your look. Shit, that's changeable. You know what I mean? So just know if you're not happy with you or a style or behavior or a certain way, it's changeable. Like you're able to now it may take time, it may be quick, but it's changeable. So this ties into something I posted this morning was stop getting ready, right? And it was deep. It really hit me. It was from Dan Martell. He said, thinking about doing something isn't doing something. Meeting about doing something isn't doing something. Training about doing something isn't doing something. The only thing that is doing something is you physically doing the thing. And I'm like, fuck, so simple, but so powerfully clear. I'm like, yeah, I'm studying because I'm gonna set up, nothing personal, but I'm gonna create this website. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna do this marketing plan. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start, setting up this thing for blah 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 blah. Just do the shit. Calling. That was me. Yeah, I'm gonna do calls. In my mind, I knew I wanted to do it. I had to go through a process to get to it, but I just did it. I said, do it, get in there. The first 2 or 3 calls, it was weird, and then my brain was cool. Like it was weird, it was cool, and then I was actually in it. And after a while, I was feeling good. Ended up getting the lead out of it. After like making 5 calls, like this script I go after, yo, is simple, clear. I'm having so few conversations, but it always turns into something. It's the second time. So now my brain's like, oh shit, this shit really works. You know what I mean? It's a different now. It's actually the one I said Nathan a while back, but you have to realize, guys, there's things on your list in your mind and your paper. You're like, yeah, I'm getting ready to do this. I'm setting up to do this. I'm preparing to do this. I'm gonna do. Just fucking do it. Like you need the momentum because it's not the last thing. You know, you're gonna have a lot more other stuff you want to pursue or have to pursue or you get clarity or excitement to pursue. And so when we think about our calls to our clients, our past clients, or fruitful relationships, let's just put the plan in motion. If even if you start off on Wednesdays and Fridays because you know that's the day you have off, or you have a half day, or you don't have your kids, so you whatever it is, just choose start. That's the day I spend an hour to call 3 clients. And if you know you got 3 clients, cool. Break that hour down. Leave a 5 minute block between each call. I don't know what that leads to. Let's say that's 40 minutes. Let's say that's I don't know 45 minutes. Cool. Break that down. It's 15 minutes per client, or maybe 20. I don't know what the hell it is. No, 50. Yeah, it's 15. 15. I don't know what the fuck. Y'all, 15 minutes per client. So at least you can navigate your conversation. It may be shorter if you want to make it shorter. 10 minutes, boom, you set a timer on your stopwatch or look at the clock. You know what I mean? And then have a dead stop. Have your transitions ready for you having to get off. But people will value that 15 minutes that actually may put you top of mind and they talk to the neighbor, they talk to the coworker, or they talk to you about real estate because they know you're in it. They may ask you a question. Oh, you know what I was thinking about, blah, 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 blah. You know, like so, but let's put the system in place and build the momentum, with our past clients, our past relationships, our current relationships, you know, literally where the gold mine is. And I have to continue to remind myself that because again, a good portion of my business last year that I had closed were from referrals or people I know, that reached out to me or sent business to me. That was just half, you know what I mean? Or close to half, should I say. That's a gold mine, I don't even tap into. So if we put this in simple, clear context for us, right, and really, oh, I have it down here. It's not here yet, but a system. But another part that's going to help you all is you just keeping it simple. Don't overthink why you're calling. Don't put too much weight on it. Right? These are people who you genuinely help them acquire an asset or liquidate an asset. You put their kids in their own bedroom or finally gave the husband the garage he wanted to work on his cars. Whatever it is that you all do seriously good work, right? So figuring out your line to call, it could be an anniversary, right? It could be you just saying, hey, you just came across my mind. Instead of you coming across my mind and me just smiling, I was like, let me just shoot a call. How's the family? How's that new job you got? Whatever, those things that happen in their life. If it's a client that is always loving real estate and investments, talk about the market insights. You know what I mean? Like, hey, so listen, you brought in Taunton, and since you brought, the market's actually gone crazy over there. So we actually brought out a great time. I'm so happy, and I was just thinking about that, and I just want you to know I'm proud of you for making a decision. That could be a voice note, but think about that thought you're putting in their head, which resonates to you. You're not talking about you, but you were the middleman, which was the most powerful asset, which now you're the hero, even though you're making it about them as the hero. They won, right? Obviously, anniversaries, birthdays. I have to get better with that. I don't call on anniversaries or birthdays. I don't even have them. Like, I need to have a better system to capture that stuff in the beginning because it matters. You know what I mean? I can send small gifts. I can, especially for kids. If they have kids and we acknowledge their birthday and have a gift delivered or we deliver it ourselves, like, you talk about loyalty and gratefulness when you do something for someone's kids. That's a different feeling because there's uncles and aunts that don't do shit for their nieces and nephews. So for you as a realtor, you know what I mean? It's just you can genuinely get a powerful positive, hit from that. Seriously. Or community events. If you got clients in Dorchester or landlords or you close clients in Taunton, wherever your markets are, you may say, hey, I don't know if you heard this, but Taunton's having this fair for kids and bouncy houses, pizza. I was just giving you a heads up. I wasn't sure if you knew. And they'd be like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, very simple, very easy, lightweight, but again, it resurfaces you as someone of value in their mind. You know what I mean? And that's the goal. Is like we don't always have to think business. Nathan said this is huge because I often find myself feeling awkward when I'm thinking about reaching out. And me too. And those are unhealthy stories that we can change, right? We can literally change that. Now we have an arsenal of ideas. Yo, just keep it simple. You know what I mean? We may spend 5 minutes talking to the coach. Hey, look up Taunton. What are some upcoming events or things or whatever it is you're calling about? Just let's keep it simple, but no, it's valuable. Just let's roll. You know what I mean? And that's just gonna help us do this. But this, we're missing some great fruit in this system. So it seems crazy. And if you need to adjust this, because what I only care about is momentum, guys. If you want to say you're gonna make 2 calls a day, that's it. If you want to start, I would definitely say 5. But if you say, hey, I'm gonna make 2 calls a day, right? One may be someone, a past client, the other one may be just a partner who's helped you or you do deals with, or someone you like, or a friend, or whatever it may be. Just 2, right? If you really challenge yourself and you're serious about your business, yo, 5 calls a day. Literally have a 30-minute call block, and maybe you do 5-minute, 10-minute call sessions, whatever it may be. Like out of a month, you're talking, depending on where you start. If you do 5, you're talking 100 calls a month. And these are lightweight, quality adding conversations, rather about the market insight, rather about their kids, rather about, hey, I was thinking about your kids, and I don't know when are their birthdays. I just want to get on my calendar. You know what I mean? Like even if you said that, a voice note. You know what I mean? Like who wouldn't appreciate that? You know what I mean? Like, whatever it may be. Or hey, their birthday's coming up if you do know it. What are your kids into? I want to get them something. I want to surprise them with just, nothing crazy, but I just want to, get them something so that way they feel awesome on their birthday. It's like, yo, we can simplify this if we just change the story in our head, but this will help multiply our business while we're doing all the other stuff.
All
And
right,
so
so my fault. Go ahead.
now, Nathan had his hand up real quick.
I go ahead, Nick.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So I think you more or less answered it, but just for my own internal edification, wh- when you're reaching out to your network, I know I'm reaching out for business.
Yep.
You know you're reaching out for business. How do you operate under the auspices of, you are checking in, you are, checking on their well-being, but at the end of the day, you want to know who do you know that's looking to buy, rent, or sell, because you're looking to support your own self in
hmm
their goals. So I guess externally, how do you emphasize that without just leading on rudimentary items like, "Hey, checking in. How are the kids? How's your
Yeah.
like? How do we make that more earnest moving
Yeah.
out?"
It's a great question. So the real reality is stay consistent with this process. Because when you check in on me next month or 2 weeks from now, when you check in, you may bring up the market now, but it actually allows you to because you didn't just reach out to me initially about the market, right? So now it's a smoother, warm touch. We just chatted. You know what I mean? It may be, hey, I know we chatted last year. You were thinking about, you know, getting a bigger space because you have that new baby coming. Is that something y'all are still thinking about? Right? You're an asset strategist. My job is to put you in a position to win based on what's important to you. So in your mind, even if you're calling to, tell them about a local event, right? Or tell them about something in taxes that change that actually benefits them that they got to go to townhouse and show or town hall. Everything is actually feeding your business. The more valuable they see you as pouring into them, trust me, they know you're a realtor. Think about us. When we have our lender reach out to us about anything, it could be about fucking Red Sox. We start thinking about the lender and their role, and we start thinking about business. Oh, you know what? I forgot about he's a lender. You know what? My next deal I'm going to send to him. You know what I mean? Like
Right. Yeah.
that stuff happens in our head because they know who you are. They know what you do. Unless it's someone who don't know you. You know what I mean? Then that you can't assume that. But your
Right.
past clients, your those close to you, they know what you do. So we don't always have to think I have to directly say that because I need business. If we need business, then we got to just build the system that will give us business. It's gonna take time. And tell yourself, this is gonna take time. But you know what? This isn't gonna be where I get my only business. But if I do this now, 6 months from now, I'll probably have leads coming in as long as I stay true to this while I'm doing all this other great stuff. We want a pipeline, and if we just stay true, yo, we can do this. You just got to have the systems to allow us to do it. Because otherwise, we'll start for 1 or 2 days and skip 3 or 4 days, and then we'll never do it again.
Mm,
So
mm.
we just got to have the right systems. Meaning every day at 11 o'clock, this is what I do. I'm calling on voice texting clients. Simple. And I don't want to do more than five because you can't managing the response on all those can now take focus from other activities that you have planned.
Yeah.
Takal, go ahead.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Wait, so Nate pretty much asked the question that I was trying to ask
Yeah.
because I did this activity on Monday, and then one of the landlords I had been talking to during my inspections, um, he wanted to link up with me. He want well, not want to. So we're linking up tomorrow at 4 because I had through in there that I've been primarily specializing in selling multifamilies, and I'll send you a screenshot of the text so you can see. So my question is like, how do I not like I want business. I'm hungry.
Hmm.
But I don't want to just seem like it's just all strictly business. So
It's crazy. You can make stuff business, but not sound like you're thirsty, right? So I would never say sell your house. I really don't even use that. I would say I want to do an audit on your property. You're like, what the hell? What do you mean an audit? I want to do an audit. I want to know, like, what are you cash flowing, but how much equity is sitting in the walls? Because if we can leverage that equity in your asset and get you a better asset, you know what I mean, with that equity in there, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Or if you know what I mean? So you need to get clear. What's most important to you? Where are your pain points with this property? How many properties do you have? Oh, this is your only. Well, how many more you want to get in the next year? When you talk like that, now you sound like a actual important pillar for them versus a salesman looking to just sell a property or help them buy a property.
gotcha. Okay.
Now, it sounds like work, right? But it's just alter the mindset a little bit, right? And those word changes, I promise you, it just matters. So for you is you need to get clear on what's important to him. Where are you? You're a landlord, cool. Where are you? When I say where are you is how many properties do you have? What was the purpose of buying this? What do you love about it? What do you hate about it? What do you wish you did differently? What's on the mission for the next year or two? Start with those questions, and then whatever the response is, you can navigate. But when you go that way go from the angle of curiosity. I'm just curious. I'm very curious about my clients. I'm very curious about a potential partner. I'm very curious about a potential, you know, asset asset I don't know, asset meeting.
Yeah,
This
that's how
property is
I
an
like
asset.
that asset.
Asset meeting. You know what I mean? And when you go, I'm curious. I'm curious. And when you meet, I'm curious. I want to know about you. I want to know why you have this. I want to know what's hurting. I want to know what's the plan for next year. So I'm gonna ask some curious questions because I want to get clear on where you are and how I can add value or put you in a better position to scale, right? To acquire more or to get shit off your plate if you're in pain. Maybe get something with less, hand working. And you don't have to feel the need to answer everything during that time. Because let's say he asks some serious, he's like, you know what? That's a great question. And I have an answer. I just don't want to shoot it to you irresponsibly. So let me write this down. I'm gonna sit with this, do an audit so I can get you quality information that backs by blah blah blah.
Yeah, that you get him emotionally certain.
It's just he sees you as valuable versus any other realtor. Like, oh yeah, you want to sell? I can check some numbers for you. Like,
Yeah,
all
that's
right,
true.
you're a commodity. Everyone can do that. Thank you so much for letting me know you are like everyone else. What were you gonna say, Elijah?
Nah, that was an accident. But I was gonna put something in the chat, to Cal, congratulating him for just advertising himself as a multifamily agent in the midst of his
Mm,
situation or his job there. So happy for
mm.
that.
Yeah, nah, cause
That's
I know cause it's funny cause I did an inspection on one of his multifamilies. So now I just be telling everybody, yeah, I ain't really dealing with rentals, so I don't even really fuck with. I specialize in multifamily, so I'm just pushing that narrative. So if I don't
good.
push it, nobody else
Tell
will.
tell your coach that's your focus. That's your audience. I need to become that person. I need to understand what my vision is, and I need you to think and see bigger. And everything you guide me has to align with that going forward. My content, my thoughts, the moves I make, the moves I don't make, my advice. Take that into consideration. So, like telling you, talk to it like it's a regular human. This will guide you, and it will help set you up. Like I have it set up now to where it just everything's aligned. I'm telling you, when you have clarity and you don't have to bog down on the how, all that shit, it's just easier to take action. And now that you're clear, now you can be so much more specific. So I'm excited to clear, like Elijah said as well. You chose a lane. You went from rentals to fucking swinging heavy hitter, multis. Learn that shit. Figure out where are their gaps, where are their pain points. Like you should know that shit. And I promise you, the more you know it, the easier it is to bring it up and expose it. And they're like, wow, how did you know? I've been fucking feeling this way the whole year, right? It was because you spent time learning their pain points. Yeah, they're loving the cash flow, but they hate the calls. The toilet's not working. The heat system stopped. Who's fucking shoveling? Oh, I can't get out. Oh, this tenant. You know what I mean? Like they got other issues. I'm just throwing out random shit. But taxes goes up. Homeowners insurance is going up. Eating away at their so. Yeah, they were cash flowing, but who knows how much? You know what I mean? Like we just don't know. But when you learn it, it's easier to speak to it. It's easier to make content that now pulls the string and hits them and connects them like, oh shit, he knows what I'm feeling. Now they want to follow your content to see if you really are that guy or are you gonna start talking about balloons next week? And if you are, then I'm like, yep, it's just like everybody else. I'll just keep scrolling till someone else speaks my shit consistently, and then I'll call them. So that's how that works. But